Okay, we're going to talk straight bar deadlift now. Extremely important movement for the posterior chain. It's not a particularly difficult movement, but we want to make sure we're doing it right so we're safe, particularly with our lower backs, okay? So when we do a straight bar deadlift, there's a few cues that I use. The first one we talk about is feel the steel. So he's going to come forward. And what we mean by feel the steel is that we want that bar touching the shins. In terms of the width of our feet, we do not want to be super wide. We're going to have those feet at about hip width or maybe slightly outside of the hip width. In terms of the grip, you can go double over if you want, but the preferred grip, what we like to use here is an over-under grip. So you can use here or you can use here. It's your choice. But double over, the bar can tend to float, is what we call it, where it's going to get away from you, whereas this will help keep that bar close to us. Never go double under. So it's an alternate or double over. Okay, so he's going to use an over-under grip. He's going to get himself in position. Now from there, we want to sink our hips. We want our eyes up, and you can see he's got a nice flat back. Go ahead and round your back for me. We do not want that. That's where we're going to get ourselves in trouble, and that's where we're going to hurt our lower back. Go ahead and stand up and relax, okay? So it's important, just like when we were talking squats, squeeze our shoulder blades back behind us. That locks that lower back in place. We have a nice wide chest, and we have our eyes up at a 45-degree angle. So he's going to get himself in position. So the biggest thing we focus on here is when we pull this bar, that bar should maintain contact with our legs the entire time. So we're literally going to drag that bar up our legs by pushing through the heels into a stand position. Shoulders should finish behind the bar. So if you're straight on that, you can see that his shoulders are behind the bar. Go ahead and go back down. Get himself. You can always stand up in between, reestablish. You don't need to go really fast. I prefer that you don't go fast. I'm not a fan of bouncing off the ground. So he's going to get himself in position again. Feel the steel, over under grip, drop the hips, eyes at a 45, push through the heels, drag up the bar. Okay? And finish position. Go ahead and go down. Once you start to get heavier, and if you have the proper equipment, it's okay to drop. But if you're working with metals, obviously don't drop. If you're working at the local gym, they're usually not a big fan of dropping, so make sure we take that bar to the ground in a proper position, okay? So that's our deadlift. Again, very simple. Keep your reps. Obviously, I'm going to be giving you the reps, but never go typically above 6 reps on this. Otherwise, your technique will really start to waver. So we'll keep our reps between the 6 and below range. Great for building that posterior chain. Take your time, don't rush, make sure the back is locked in place.